Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Special video today. We're going to talk about E-Pack. So what I'm doing now, if you can look at the screen, I am going through the E-Pack website, which is just the upperdeck-epack.com. Super easy, nothing crazy. This is my, I'm on my actual page here. And as you can see, there's the home page, which gives you different E-Pack products that they put out. I care mostly about this here. So we're going to talk about the procedures and all the other fun stuff you can do to go through E-Pack. So you can read all kinds of things on here. You can get free packs. So let's do our free pack for the day. So we're going to open our free pack, and I can go through and pick whatever one of these packs to purchase, but I have my daily free pack. So we're going to go over here and pick this, and we'll go with Series 1. Just because I'm a hockey guy, and it's got Connor McDavid on it. So I hit open, and it will then pop this up, and it will prompt me to be able to open my packs. So I just hit open, and I can do it all kinds of ways. You can show all items at once, and it'll all pop up, or you can do it the fun reveal way, which we're going to do right here. So we're revealing, just kind of going through, and it'll pop them up over on the right there. When it's all done, it's free packs, so only get 3 free cards, but you know, hey, it's all good. They're purple, so they're a little different than the normal cards you get in Upper Deck. There's different color variations and things like that. So that's how you can do that, which is kind of cool. You can go to the shop section, which is up here. You hit shop, and it takes you back to the same page that we were just at. My free is now gone, but we can go through our packs and see what we want to purchase. We'll get to that in a second. We'll buy something here in a minute and go through a rip and kind of show that stuff. New items are always at the front, which is great. Super easy, kind of fun to use. Nothing problematic or tricky there. And you can go through, and there's all kinds of different products that they offer. You know, DC, entertainment, football. There's gaming ones. Pack wars are interesting. I don't do those. Hockey's where I stick at, so we'll pop up into there real quick, and you can see that the most recent releases, Team Juniors, Upper Deck. These are typically things that Upper Deck does where they're like promo type cards. So this is the DC NHL crossover. It's $20 for one card, so it's kind of not my thing, but there's stuff you can get in there. There's bonuses and things like that, and special one-off cards and autos and things. So, but let's go into Series 1 here. We'll do the more info, and you can see you can do packs, you can do boxes, you can do cases, and it tells you there's 12 packs in a box, 12 boxes in a case. You can do the quantity you want, all kinds of stuff. So, and it gives you odds. So you can go on here and look at all the different odds of things that you can hit, all the things, you know, things you can pull off, you know, different chances of hitting a 101 or printing plates or whatever things that they decide to put in there. Then there's exclusives. They'll sit there and talk about how you can, with Series 1, every 10 cards of the base set, you can combine into a parallel that you can actually get sent home, which is kind of cool. Because the base cards in this are not physical cards. They are all strictly internet cards. But you can turn them into physical cards, which you can then send home. We'll go over that in a second too. So let's look at, you have your product checklist here, and it'll go through and it'll tell you everything in the product. So you can pick your product that you're looking for, and it'll tell you your base set, there's 200. Young Guns, there are 50. Parallel, silver foil, all kinds of different things like that. So let's go back one. The other thing that is really cool is they do achievements. Achievements can get really kind of... what's the word for achievements? Frustrating? Fun? Frustrating? Entertaining? I don't know. There's all kinds of different ways to do it. Obviously, Upper Deck wants you to buy a product. They still want you to buy from stores. That's why this is on E-Pack is a little more expensive than what you're going to pay when you go to a shop. The boxes are usually $5 or $6 more expensive on E-Pack than they are in the shops in your local LCS, and that's done by design because they still want you to go buy stuff there. So what they do with Series 1 is there's all kinds of achievements. So right now I have got 250 148 of the 250 base cards from Series 1. If I were to complete all these, I would unlock this achievement. And then there's for Series 2, for Extended, and they do it all the way through. Then there's foils, there's all kinds of different things. So there's all these achievements that you can accomplish. And if somehow you can accomplish all of them, you get like a superstar card, which is crazy. And some people do them. And in fact, let's go back and we're going to look at, oh, we can't because it's gone. Dang it. Okay, well, I had done the achievements for Platinum. I completed all the achievements for Platinum, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I did it. And it was kind of one of those crazy achievements where when you got them, you got some specific cards. And I had those cards sent home to me. Again, we'll go over that in a minute. But let's look up, let's see where Allure is. Allure, 23, 24 Allure. Oh, there it is. So we have Allure right here. 23, 24. So we'll go into this. I've bought a lot of this, so I should have some of the achievements somewhat accomplished. And when you look into the achievement section, there's 39 different achievements in here. So you got to do 39 different things to get all these unique cards. It can be excessive, but it's fun. If you complete all the 100 color flows, you can get one of 5 randomly inserted cards. If you complete all of, you know, the 150, you can get one of these. So there's all these different achievements that you can get here. If you choose to make that attempt. Obviously there's a lot of options here, but you can see the ones that where they say NA, that means they've already been claimed, so they're not available anymore. So that's why they're not there. So that means people went through and did all these crazy things to complete these achievements, which is crazy. Because here, we'll just look at Leon Draisaitl. So you would complete it all, you get that card. So those are kind of the bonuses. Let's see what the top one was. The top one was McDavid, I believe. Yeah, so you can get the McDavid rainbow foil. So you got to complete all those to get them. Let's see if there's a big one. The big one's usually, printing plates. If you complete the printing plates, you can get one of these randomly selected printing plates. So kind of crazy. All right, so that's kind of how the achievements work. I know that was a long explanation. I apologize. So we go through shop. You can go through your collection. So we can actually go through and look at my actual collection of cards. So these are cards that I actually have. You can go through by what you own, what's your genre, your year, your product. So we'll drop down to the product tab here, and let's go to O-Pee-Chee Platinum because I've got a ton of it. And if you go through and look, you can see some of the numbers on here. So like right here, Patrick Kane says I have 9 of these. If I had a 10th one, I could combine them, which I don't think I have any combinable cards. If you do, it will be, yeah, I don't have any combinable cards. That's all right, though. Actually, let me look and see if I have any on what I own. So you can actually go through on the main thing through your filter, clear the filters out, and look for it there and see if I have anything that's combinable. I don't think I do. So go down to attributes. Yeah, nothing combinable. That's right. So this is kind of how it is. If you don't have the card, it's blank like this. And if you do have the card, it won't be blank. It'll actually show that you've collected it at some point. So clear my filters. So as you can see, I can see the images, therefore I have them. So if you look on here, there's trade. So this is item is for trade. So someone somewhere has it that they're willing to trade. This is the wish list. So you can look and see who's wishing for this card, who wants this card. Those are people that have put little hearts next to the name here on the wish list. So if you put a little heart there, it'll show that you want that card. So someone knows that they can go grab it. This allows you to look at the card in the back of it, flip it over. You can also click on the card and it'll go full screen for you. You can hit zoom in and it zooms in and you can look at the card. So this is was a special card. You had to be on E-Pack for so many years to be eligible to get it. And it'll tell you on the back what the breakdown is. So these are the 3 guys that were all drafted together that year: McDavid, Eichel, Strome. So we'll close that out. So that's just kind of how you can view your collection. Now, the cool part about E-Pack is trades. So you can actually come into the trade thing. There's all kinds of places. You can go to the marketplace where you can actually see who has what for sale, who has what available, what you can look for, trade for, buy, sell. Technically, you can't buy and sell here. You have to do that on through different groups, but there's a way to do it. So you can go through and see what's in the marketplace. These are a lot of the college football cards. Anything new is first. New product is first. So we'll go back to the trade section. We're going to go to start a new trade. So it'll pop it up and it'll give you 2 different options here. So what you get and what you give. So if I click on here, add an item, it's going to come up and it'll let me, I think it's going to go to the marketplace. I usually pick somebody to trade from first, but we didn't do that. Yeah, so it's going to go to the marketplace. But what I can do is I can go to friends and it will pull up people that I have added as friends on here. So I can scroll down and look for somebody like We'll go right here where I've done deals with him before. See, we've got messages back and forth because we traded a bunch of cards. So I can look and see what he has in his collection. And I can see that he has not a ton here, but he has a few. So if I were to sit there and be like, you know, hey, he's got this Jack Hughes that I really want, I could hit trade for item. And if I hit the little plus right there, it pops up. I now have the option to send him what's known as a blank, where I don't offer him anything in return. So he can then make an offer to me. Or I can add a card in here and go through and figure out something that I thought he may want. And then I submit trade. We're not going to do that because I don't want to start a trade with him. Then yeah, it's for sure. So it's pretty easy, straightforward. And then it'll bring you to your trade page, which I seem to have a trade. Someone's offered me a trade. So let's take a look at that and see what we've been offered. So he's offering to give me 5 different Alex Ovechkin cards for my three of my Cale Makars and 1 of my Lane Hudsons. Okay. By doing that, it's going to let me it'll let me combine these. Well, no, it won't. It'll only give me 5 of the OV cards. So if I had 10, I could combine them, but I don't. It becomes really, do I want to make this deal? I own 6 Cale Makars here. They're only a couple dollar value cards, but Lane Hudson has a little bit more value to it. So that's why he's offering me 5 cards for 4. So what I could do is I could accept this trade and it's just be done. And these will go into my inventory. Those will go into his, or I could counter. So I could go through and look and see what he has that I may want, or I can just decline the trade. So I'm actually going to go into his real quick and see what he has that I may want. So I'm a big platinum guy, so we're going to look at his platinum. He doesn't have a lot of platinum, but he does have a Lane Hudson Rainbow, which he got 10 of those and combined them. It's a decently valued card, so he's not going to move that. We got some sunsets. We got some pinks. He does have a Patrick Kane Cosmic. So what I could do, he has 5 of the Macklin Celebrinis too. I'm a Red Wing guy. I could go and make the offer for the Cosmic. And you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't think he'll accept this trade, but we're going to try it. So we're going to go back into our received trades. We're going to pull this back up. We're going to go counter, and we're going to go add. And then I'm going to go over to product, just like I just did. We're going to go to platinum. We're going to scroll down to the Patty Kane. We're going to add that. So that's all I got to do. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to remove these OVs because I don't really want the OV. But if he wants that card, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to hit submit. And now the trade goes to him. It's in his ballpark. If he decides he wants it, then we can do it that way. So the good, the bad, and the ugly about E-Pack is it's interesting. There's a lot of positives you can do with it. A lot of cards. You can get a lot of physical cards. So if you notice up here, I have this little thing that says 5 on it. These are cards that I have in my inventory that are going to be sent home to me. No one can buy them from me. No one can trade them from me. They are literally in my cart ready to come home. So I have my Alex DeBrincat Holotypes, my Carter Mazer Canvas, my Dylan Larkin Purple Violet, or Violet Pixels, my Dylan Larkin Seismic Gold, and a Simon Edvinsson Silver Outburst. So these are all ready to come home. So what I could do is I could go ship me my items, or I could send them to ComC. They're tied to my ComC account. I don't do a lot of ComC stuff. I don't like ComC personally. I've kind of been burned by it, so I stay away from that. But that is something you can do. I'm sure there's videos out there if you want to look for them to do that, but I pass. I'm not doing that. So I can ship them to myself, which super easy. I just hit ship. And if you notice on here, it now has same page almost, but it's offering if I want to put penny sleeves on them, or leave them in penny sleeves or put them in top loaders. So these are 5 decently valued cards that I'll spend the 50 cents and put top loaders on them so that they'll arrive to me a little more safely. I go next step. It has my address and stuff in there. So I'm going to have to go ahead and blur that out because I don't want you guys all to have my address. And then next step, it'll ask me the declared value of those cards. So we'll just say they're about $100. I don't know that they really are, but we're just doing it for these things. I got to make sure I blur my address here too, because you guys don't need to know where I live. So I do next step. It's essentially saying, hey, by doing this, you're agreeing that the value of these cards is accurate and these are going to come to you. I hit yes. It then pops up again, my address, and asks me how much it gives you a value for the different cards so I can get them slower, quicker, whatever. So if I do this standard, I won't get them until April 14th. If I do it this way, I can get them June 16th. If I want to really pay for them, I want them quickly, I can get them by March 6th, or I can get them by March 1st. So when you come into the details, it'll cover your shipping fees, covers your item fees, which they charge you 25 cents per card that they handle, add-ons, which are the top loaders, for my total cost. And then if I just go to checkout, I can check out, pay for those, they get sent to my house. So we're not gonna worry about that right now because I don't have enough. I usually like to do 10 or 12 cards when I do that. So the other thing you can do is you can go into Facebook groups. So I'm gonna pop into my Facebook. All right, here we are in E-Pack. So this is E-Pack right here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this. It pulls up the E-Pack page, and you can see all kinds of different listings, postings. Guys post things for sale, buy, sell, trade on here. So a lot of guys will say that they take friends and family. They tell you whether they're in the Canada or the US. They can do PayPal if they have to do EMT, different things like that. They'll show you what they have, what they don't have, cards they're willing to trade, sell, buy. They put their values. So what you can do literally is guys will make deals in here. So Marco, for example, him and I have done a bunch of deals. Hopefully he doesn't mind me mentioning him. And we'll do trades and deals. So I'll pay him PayPal friends and family because we have a relationship. So he trusts me, I trust him. And then he will do the trade on E-Pack and we'll send the cards back and forth to each other that way. So it's kind of a nifty way of doing things that works really well. You know, said buy, sell, trade, all that kind of thing. And then we have our cards. And, you know, for the most part, when you go, I recommend going into this group if you're going to deal with stuff on Facebook. It is very, very well regulated and very well maintained. The admins do a really good job of making sure everything is on the up and up. They have rules. I'm not going to go through all those, but E-Pack, trade, buy, sell, great group on Facebook. Ben Berry created that group. He runs it. He is spectacular. He stays on top of people, making sure that they are posting correctly, posting the way they're supposed to. If you break the rules, they will pause your ability to chat in there, which has happened to me a couple times, not on purpose. I was learning. So that becomes super important on E-Pack. But this is the way to buy, sell, and trade. So you make this sale here, and then you use your usernames over an E-Pack, and the trade happens that way. So it's kind of the quick rundown. I love E-Pack. I know a lot of people don't. They want physical cards, but you can get your cards physically sent home to you. I've done that. I've done rips on those. I've done mail days on those, so you can check that stuff out. But that's E-Pack. That's how E-Pack works. That's what E-Pack is. I'm a big fan, like I said. So E-Pack is a really cool product. I recommend it. There's all kinds of different sports in here. It's addicting, so be careful, but have fun with it. And enjoy E-Pack. But hey, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm trying to have a lot more fun creating fun videos like this. And I look forward to doing more in the future. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'm out.